Dear Leo, hello and welcome to Gardelian Moon. I'm Lisa
Oh, I'm Joe.
and we're going to be doing your reading for January 2019. I will be using the Psychic Tarot deck and confirming with the Gilded Tarot.
And I will be working with the chakras. I'm a Reiki practitioner, and I have specific chakra cards that tells me which chakra that is your problem area, and I will confirm anything with my spirit message deck.
A spoon messenger.
Yes, that one too. Teeth slipped. Spirit message deck.
Use your posh voice, darling. Use
Sorry,
your posh
darling.
voice. Yes. Take anything that resonates. If it doesn't, just push it to one side. Do check your rising, your moon and your Venus signs as well, if you know what they are. If you don't, if you just type into Google search what's my rising sign, there's quite a few websites,
Yes.
isn't there, that are doing for nothing.
Yes, they do.
So check those as well. Sometimes it might not resonate at the moment. Check again during January and see if anything resonates then. All right, so without further ado, we'll get straight into it and see what is going on. We have both pre-shuffled the cards, but we'll give them another shuffle while we're here with you, so we can see what transpires. And like I said, this is for Leo's January 2019. And firstly, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
So, did everyone have a good Christmas? Not Christmas yet, is it?
No,
Really?
it's not.
It's not Christmas yet.
Not far.
No. Have you done all your shopping?
No, but then I never do.
Listen, in eBay just don't deliver quick enough anymore.
The grandkids are still.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have any grandchildren, but I see a point.
Whoops. Popping out here.
Oh, you are. Oh, interesting. Oh dear, who are we roaring with, Leo? Are you roaring at people?
Hey,
Oh.
they certainly are.
Yeah. Possible air sign. Roaring with a possible air sign. That's Gemini, Libra and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra and Aquarius.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay. So, but you're another sign that feels there's been lies, being told lies. You've got the Three of Swords here, which is heartache and loss and things like that. More internal. Quite a few people seem to be internalising, don't they?
Yes.
Maybe it's because it's the time of the year, you know. But a lot of people seem to be internalising. But what I've got for you is, in not so long ago, you stood your ground in a certain relationship and moved on from it, and you're now in what you feel is a much better spiritual connection for you. You're more suited than your previous relationship was. Maybe you saw life differently, or I don't know. I mean, I'm not seeing any upset from that, which actually I was with a Leo previously. You could have been a little bit upset. I'm an S. Yeah, you weren't really upset from that. You bounced back pretty well, actually. How dare you? Joking. Yeah, so you've got this new relationship now, but I feel you've brought some baggage from previous relationships into it with you, or you're running in the same route again with this new relationship. Why are you doing that? Why are you running the same? Let's have a look. It's like every time you go into a relationship, you always play it the same way. Why are you playing it anyway? You know, why are you not just being yourself? You know, because I mean, Leo, you know, you're actually quite strong, and
Absolutely.
you know, you're quite a proud sign. So I don't understand why you're. It's not like you're playing games. You're not doing it to play games. It's like you're almost trying to keep the peace. You know, and why do you feel it's your responsibility to keep the peace? I mean, in relationships, shouldn't it be compromise? Shouldn't it be about things like that?
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of you're there's a lot of swords here. So like I said, you could be dealing with an air sign, but it's all, there's negativity here. You know, like we got disruption and mental conflict and again, you're thinking, is there lies? Are you being told lies? And are you telling lies? Are you not telling the full truth about your feelings? You
Always
know,
the other side of the coin,
yeah,
isn't there?
there is. I mean, now, obviously, this could be you we're talking about. It could be your partner we're talking about with these energies, because the energies can go one way or the other, obviously. Money doesn't seem too bad at the moment, so you've got that. You're probably the first person to go into January with still some money in their pocket after Christmas and that. Right, yeah.
Flying out.
Okay, you feel like your choices have been taken away from you. Why would you feel like that? Why would you feel like you've got no options? Yeah, you definitely feel like this is stealing. You definitely feel someone has stolen your options. And I don't think this is to do with work. Again, I think this is to do with the relationship. I mean, are you not 100% happy in your relationship at the moment? Do you feel, is there someone else that's still in your head? Maybe, okay, taking myself out of the equation and my ex-Leo, maybe this relationship is to stop you dealing with any emotions from previous relationships. I feel that's possible. I do feel that's possible.
Or is it possible, sorry to butt in,
No, go on.
is it possible that they're looking for something that actually isn't there?
Yes, that could be feasible. That could definitely be feasible with the cards I've got in front of me. Definitely. Let's see why you yeah, see, you're definitely you're running the same gauntlet again, and you're probably using the same words to express yourself in the relationship, but they're not really your words. They're not really what you feel. I think you're constantly saying what you think people need to hear, or what you believe they want to hear from you, or you're acting how you want them to believe they hear from you. What is so wrong with you just being you? Letting the person see you. I think the reason this cycle goes round and round and round is because you're always thinking of the person you're with. You know, and maybe it's time to stop that, knock that on the head, and start doing, just being you. Because to be honest, most of the Leos I know, they're gregarious, they're funny. I mean, the humour and the banter
Yeah,
I have with Leos,
absolutely.
it's just like I mean, I normally end up with jaw ache. I've got tears running down my face. You know, you just know how to take a joke. You know, well, the ones I know do. And I think you need to stop this whenever you go into a relationship, doing what you think is best for that person and putting 100% of your energy into them instead of. And I think might be why some of your relationships burn out so quickly, because you jump in with both feet and you pounce in your lion manner. You pounce straight into the relationship, you know, and yes, in some ways that's a strength, but in other ways that's also your downfall. You know, because you've pounced, then you're there and you're like, right, that's it, I'm here, I'm dealing with it, you know, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and but by doing that, you're not. Sometimes it's better to let things go slowly. You know, let things go slowly. And I think some of you also, because we've got a lot of swords here, are saying too much too soon in your relationships. Too much too soon. Like maybe the L word's slipping out too fast, or maybe you're, let's do this, let's go here, let's do that. You're planning things before the relationship's actually at the stage where you should be planning these things, you know?
Yeah, we're getting married on this date, we're having babies then, and that year, and that
We're
year,
going
and
on holiday then, and
whoa,
you know, and you're only like 6 or 8 months into a relationship. You know, it shouldn't. Let me find it. Give me some more info about all this. That was too many, but I'll take that one.
That one on the floor for you, my dear. There you go.
The lovers. This is definitely about relationships. This is definitely about how you're acting in your relationships. And the lovers, though, can also mean a choice. So what's your choice? Let's see if we can clarify what your choice is. If this is a choice, what is your choice? Because I'm wondering if the choice is you know, is it time for me to stop this, stop how I'm, you know, and maybe think of me a little bit, and you know, stop running the same gauntlet in every relationship?
Totally agree.
Or is it, do I get out of this and actually work on me for a while? Maybe you don't know who you are, you know, and there's nothing wrong in that. Everyone has been through that at some point or
Yeah.
another, where you don't know who you are. I remember going through it. In fact, I've probably gone through it at least 3 or 4 times in my life, and I'm 49 now. So, yeah, I'm 49 now. So, everyone goes through it, and that is part of like rebirthing and growing, you know, because the world always gives us outside influences, and sometimes we have to change and adapt, you know, and maybe it's time for you. You can't do that unless you're on your right. I mean, all right, you can still be in a relationship, but I mean, take time for you.
Yes.
Take stock with what you're trying to do, what you know, who you are. Like, cocoon yourself every so often. Alone time's really important.
Yes.
Very, very important to get some time to yourself.
Yes.
And I think maybe you're not doing that. Maybe you know, life has changed. There has been some dramatic changes in your life, you know, and fairly recently too. You know, there's been some big changes, and I don't think you've either dealt with them or you've adjusted, because everything shapes us. Everything. You look at a stone thrown into the sea, you know, it becomes smooth and
It
round
does.
you know,
Yeah.
because even though stone is harder than water, water can still affect it. You know, and what's that other analogy? If you put a potato and an egg into a boiling pan or something, you know, the egg can become hard and the potato becomes soft. But the circumstance is the same.
Yes.
So it depends how you let it affect
Yes.
you. You know, but I honestly feel you need to reevaluate this gauntlet that you do with your relationships. I definitely feel that is something that needs to be done. Give me clarification on the lovers, please. On the lovers card, is this a choice? Is this a... Yeah, see, this is a choice. You've got a choice, but you feel the choice has been taken away from you because it came out upside down, the Two of Wands. You feel the choice has been taken away from you. So, again, I think this is a bit like Cancerians, bless them. I feel there needs to be some internal work done here.
Totally agree.
You know, so I would, again, it's a new year, a bit like what I just said to the Cancerians. It's a new year. Whatever was in last year, leaving, like, you know, 2018, leave there. Reevaluate what you're doing. Take some time alone. I'm not saying dump whoever you're with or break up with your partner or anything like that. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying really start looking at who you are, you know, because 2019 is shaping up to be a pretty good year for most people because of planet alignments and things like that, you know, and you don't want to miss out on this because you're still just walking the same steps.
Dragging your heels.
Yeah, you're just constantly walking the same steps. So you don't want to miss out on that. So yeah, definitely, I'm going to just pull one more. I feel the need to. Sorry, Joe. I know you're eager
It's going
to bite in.
It's interesting.
Yeah, you're feeling this is about being left out in the cold. Why? You're putting yourself in this position. You're putting yourself in it. The reason your relationships or whatever with anyone, not just a loving partner, the reason they do that is because you're leaving yourself out in the cold. Yeah. You're just destroying yourself. You're just destroying yourself. Sorry, that's a bit blunt, but you need. This is something. Yeah, you need to work on this. You need to stop running the same gauntlet in each of your relationships. It's time to find out who you are. Stop putting. And it's not. I mean, if you're a man or even a woman, people love being showered with affection. But sometimes you can shower someone with so much affection it becomes icky. Yeah, it's icky and it doesn't feel right. You know, so reevaluate, especially if you are with an air sign. We don't like clingy people. We actually tend to run to the hills if things get too clingy or too much too fast. We don't want that because we're little free butterflies. We don't like to. Okay, over to you, my lovely.
Again, they all tie up. This is about you not being heard. I've got the throat chakra card for you. You feel you're not being heard. I think you possibly are. But I don't think you're willing to listen to the other person's side of the story. This is purely my
Yeah,
take on
no,
this and what I'm feeling from it. It's time. You need to start, have some fun. It's the new year. Christmas drags us all down. We've got money worries. The kids need this. The kids need that. Have a date night. If you're in a relationship, have a date night. If you're not in a relationship, have a date night with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Treat yourself. You know, buy a movie, order a pizza. Even if you don't go out, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but just making the effort and speak. If you're alone, you can still talk to yourself. Sing. Anything that you're making noises with, it will open up your throat chakra and lift you up, and so that you'll be able to express exactly what's going on inside your head.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit like express yourself, like I was saying,
Yeah.
you know, like stop being what you think that person wants
Yes,
you to be.
yes,
Express who you
yes.
are, you know, and that's probably why this throat chakra is blocked.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do feel that maybe you're just seeing things from your perspective, because I pulled a forgiveness and a give back card, and I don't think that the other person's perhaps not being, it feels like they're being heard, or they're being heard, but you're just going, not interested. It's not all about you, although it is all about you. Listen to both sides, because basically open your throat and the love will come, and it will be so much easier. But you've got to speak up so that you can be heard, and you've also got to let the other person speak up so that they are heard too.
Yeah. I can see where you. Yeah, I can see definitely.
Probably
see where
didn't
you're going
explain
with
that very well.
No, you did. I got it. I got it. Did you get it? That's more important.
I hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed. You hope so. Okay, Leo. So that is your reading for 2019. We'd really appreciate it if you shared this video. Please hit subscribe, and hopefully we will see you again. We're happy to accept any comments or suggestions down below. Please let us know how it resonated with you, or even if it didn't. If you hit the little bell icon that's down there somewhere, that will notify you of our next videos.
Yes.
And we've got some live collaborations coming up, which we'll explain in another video. But yes, that was your reading for January 2019, Leo. Thank you very much for joining us. And a happy new year.
New year.
Thank you. Bye.